Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue, the complete Pokédex edition. Actually, as you can see, I am fighting an Abra who is now asleep. I didn't actually get Timothy leveled up to the point where he was actually faster, but I was just testing it and I used Sing and his teleport failed and I managed to put it to sleep, so I decided to start recording and see if I can catch this thing. I'm going to use pound once. And then I'm going to see if cause I don't want to kill it. Oh my god. I just got a heart, like a tiny miniature, I think I killed the Pokemon heart attack. If this doesn't catch it, like, I'm gonna throw something. We caught Abra, oh my god. So we have one of them. That's going to do me for the moment, to be honest. The Psy Pokemon. Using its ability to read minds, it will identify impending danger and teleport to safety. It actually looks like Keaton. That's what I was thinking every time I saw one of those things. I was like, oh, it looks like Keaton, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it Keaton. Like Keaton in Majora's Mask. Or like the Keaton mask in Majora's Mask, or like the Keaton mask in or like the Keaton mask in Ocarina of Time, or like Michael Keaton for what that's worth. So now we have Abra, and it was just a pure stroke of luck because I was just leveling up Timothy. He had got up one level, and I managed to catch that Abra because I managed to get it like its thing to fail, its teleport. My god. Well, I'm still gonna have to catch another one, but I'm not really that worried about that. I can catch that anytime. And maybe by that time, Timothy will be leveled up to some stage where it's faster than it or something, I don't know. For the time being though, I think our priority is going to be getting up to Bill, finally, and taking on the Cerulean Gym. Do you know what I might do? Maybe we'll take... well no, I've started this, so... I was going to take out Mr. Byrne, because I was thinking of using Mr. Byrne to take on the Cerulean Gym. I might put Buddy back in the PC, is what I might do. I don't think Mr. Byrne should have too much... I can't get used to calling it that. It's just stupid. It's just so dumb. Withdraw, Mr. Byrne. We can't forget we have Nancy as well. And Officiate. I'm gonna... Mr. Byrne, why is it called that? It shouldn't be called that. Oh my god, I forgot that the boxes, like pushing them into PC doesn't heal them automatically. But yeah, I was thinking of like, Mr. Byrne is probably like the only effective Pokemon I can use against the Cerulean Gym. But I shouldn't see Mr. Byrne having that much of trouble with it, to be honest. And even if Mr. Byrne does have that much trouble, we can always switch out Mr. Byrne for something else who can finish up the battle. Instead of Mr. Byrne. So I'm gonna put the Koipu, the goddamn Koipu up in front. Because you can't call it anything other than the goddamn Koipu. Well, now we have Keaton, the Abra. So, as I say, we're just gonna continue on up along here. I actually never got anything new to drink. I wasn't expecting to be recording more. Well, actually, I was thinking maybe I would, but not so soon. I was thinking what I'd do is I'd get Timothy up to the level where his speed was actually comparable to those Abras. Which, to be honest, in hindsight, I don't think that ever would have happened because Timothy's such a slow coach. So you're just back from Mount Moon, eh? Well, so am I. I'm just back from Mount Moon too. Look, this guy. He's like the Weeshabix bodybuilder. Well, this guy looks like the Weeshabix bodybuilder Machop with his strange sprite. Does anyone remember those? Well, does anyone know what Weeshabix is in the first place is what I should be asking. Weeshabix is like, they're like these little oval-shaped things made out of wheat. They're like a cereal, basically, but they, like you use milk with them and then they turn into something soft or whatever, like a porridgey sort of consistency. Let's give Mr. Byrne his first outing here against this Geodude. Oh my god, why does it look like that? It's the most terrifying back sprite I've ever seen. I do not remember Bellsprout's back sprite looking like looking that much in pain. It just looks like it wants to be put out of its misery is what it looks like. That said Harry defeated Hitler for a while. It's too late at night, I'm too tired, I'm seeing things. But yeah, Mr. Byrne. Local trainers come here to practice. What was I even talking about? I was talking about something. Mr. Byrne, Bellsprout, Cerulean Gym, Nugget Bridge, Beetlejuice, Beetle Breakfast. Well look, it's Koi Poo versus Koi Poo. Let's see which Koi Poo is the better Koi Poo. Obviously him, because my Koi Poo just ate shit. Let's send out Bob Pataki. Bob Pataki hasn't been being taken too seriously these days. And there's one thing Bob Pataki doesn't like, it's not being taken seriously. He's the Beeper King, for crying out loud. I can't remember what I was even talking about. As my dad would say, if you can't remember, then it mustn't have been that important. That's like one of the most frustrating things a parent can tell you as a child, because there's no comeback to it. It's like, but it was important, and it's like, well, if it was so important, you wouldn't have forgotten it. It's like, shut up. Just shut up. Let's send out Oko-san. We'll have Oko-san versus Spiro. Even though Spiro will probably kick my ass as well. But you see, this is the thing. Oko-san knows Sand Attack, which will make the big difference, the Pocket Sand. Because I know you have bugs. Oh my god, Fury Attack? It's a Kung Fury Attack. Why use Sand Attack? How are you hitting so many times? Use Sand Attack again, and then I'm just gonna start going ham is what I'm gonna do. With the quick attacks. Pidgey is one of the few Pokemon that has a somewhat normal looking back sprite in this game. That's one thing that they enormously improved on in all later generations, is what the back sprites look like for Pokemon, with like a couple of notable exceptions. Do you guys remember what the back sprite was like for Wailord in Ruby and Sapphire? You couldn't even tell what it was just a blue bump at the bottom of the screen. It just looked ridiculous. Like seriously, like it's the most pitiful back sprite like in the history of Pokemon. Wailord's back sprite in Ruby and Sapphire. Do you know what, I'm gonna go and heal up and I'll be right back. Okay, here I'm back again. Harry's back to take on some men. First, let's fight. Well, if you say so. What a strange thing to say. Like, if you actually considered what all these people say to me, and when all I'm doing is going about my daily business. Like, look, why is, like, Onix's sprite in this game so much cooler than in Pokemon Yellow? Like, in Pokemon Yellow, it looks like it's doing the worm, and it has this goofy expression on its face. In this game, Onyx looks completely badass. Like, it looks like something you'd be really intimidated by. Yeah, I don't think Mr. Byrne is going to have any issue in the Cerulean Gym. Mr. Byrne can't move. I can't get over how ridiculous it is that I forgot to put the S at the end of Burns. It's like Kat Denning all over again. How many more times is this going to happen? How many more times am I not going to be able to attack this stupid thing? All I need to do is get in one hit on it and it'll crumble. Oh, well, maybe not. Come on, Mr. Byrne, you can do it. Hanging on by the skin of your teeth. Look at that back sprite, it's just like, kill me! Like, oh my god, I remember there was this one episode of Hedonia 37's. Mr. Byrne learned how to make a pape rap. There's this one episode of Hedonia 37's Banjo-Kazooie LP, which will stay with me forever. Like, basically what happened was, like, it was one of the episodes that was in Gobi's Valley, and, like, he was telling this story about this guy at school. Like I can't believe that I'm telling a story about a story from another person's LP that was a story they were telling. Like, it's ridiculous. But it was like this guy that he went to school with. They were in some class or whatever, and he got like a banana. It It was like something like he got the end of a banana and stuck it through the mouth of this Shrek's face. And he's like, even saying it is just ridiculous. He got this Shrek face, like a small plastic. Shrek face. Like a face of Shrek. And put like the end of a banana through, like the stalk of a banana through its mouth from the back or something. But there was something as well, like I think it had like goat legs as well or something. Like it had like goat legs. And he went up to other Harry, to Tonya37, and was like, "Kill me!" With this plastic Shrek's face that had a banana stalk sticking through its mouth from the back of its head. It's like, how ridiculous! Oh my god. Like, I just can't even think of that, like the whole like strange contorted chain of events without just buckling with laughter. Well, the goddamn koi poo isn't going to be very useful here. Neither is Mr. Byrne. I'm going to set up the Beeper King here for some quantity time. We need to be spending more quantity time with the Beeper King. With Bob Pataki. Well, he's going to be sticking with us for quite a while. I can't see us like putting Bob Pataki in the PC anytime soon. The goddamn koi poo grew to level 16. Now, does that mean he's going to evolve, the goddamn koi poo? Does that mean he's going to evolve into Raticate? Because I can never remember whether it's level 16 or level 18. Here's Mr. Byrne. Kill me! Like, he just looks like he wants to be put out of his misery, that back sprite. I'm trying to think of like other back sprites that are just similarly ridiculous. Like there's like Waylord is definitely one of them. Like I remember just finding Waylord's back sprite the most excuse me, the most underwhelming thing. Like for a Pokemon that's so cool, it was just like a blue hump with a bit of a fin or something like that. It was just ridiculous. Trying to think of like another example of another Pokemon's back sprite that was just underwhelming like that. Oh, I can definitely think of another one, like Excadrill from in Black and White. That's another one that's just completely mind-bogglingly underwhelming because it's just, wait a second, no, that is what I'm trying to think of. Like that's and then it just reminded me of another one. As far as I know, that's a bad one, as far as I remember. But the one I was really trying to think of was like Donphan's back sprite in Gold and Silver. All it is a trunk sticking up in the air. It's like you can't even see the Pokemon. Oh my god, the way I said Pokemon right there was like either like a strange South African accent or something. It was like, you can't even see the Pokemon. And it's like, but you can't, all you see is this trunk sticking up into the air. It's like, how are you supposed to know that's a Donphan when all you can see is this trunk sticking up into the air? You've got a girlfriend, big whoop. I've got a koi poo. I've got a goddamn koi poo who's gonna show you what's what. Well, no, it didn't evolve, it must be level 18 that the goddamn koi poo evolves at. Well, my koi poo is gonna show your koi poo that it should get out of the grassman's territory. It's like, what's the koi poo doing in the grassman's territory? They were terrified. They were absolutely terrified of the very notion that the grassman, that the Yahoo would be in the koi poo. Now I'm getting mixed up. That the Yahoo would be in the grassman's territory. That was just too horrific to even comprehend. The very idea that the grassman would be fraternizing with not the koi poo, the Yahoo, Because it's the goddamn Yahoo! Aren't you guys glad you have my beautiful commentary to keep you entertained? Seriously, sometimes I astound even myself with the quality of the output here. Well look, we're nearly up to Bill, for what that's worth. Yeah, I do have cute Pokemon. I actually have Timothy. Timothy is like the cutest Pokemon there is. I can't think of Timothy without thinking of Word Mine, and I just feel like ripping the lid off the whole can of worms that is World Mine all over again. Speaking of cute, that Oddish sprite is nothing short of adorable. Like, it is absolutely adorable. You weren't kidding when you said you had a cute Pokemon. That Pidgey, I guess that could be counted as cute. Just like those cute boys in Hatterville Boyfriend. Like, obviously Sakuya was my favourite. How could Sakuya not be your favourite? He's just such a cool character. Like, he's such a jerk, but you know he has a heart of gold, really, and he proves it over and over and over again. Like, he's just amazing. And he just never stops, never stopping. That's another brilliant quality that Sakuya has. And he's just funny. He's just funny to be around because he's such a fool when it comes to... Like, he's such a fool at times as well. That it just makes him fun to be around. Have a bit of a laugh, like... Whereas, like, laughing at Ryota is just fun because you get to ridicule him and he's such a loser. Like, I'm not going to hang around with some losers like you. Like Amy Rose says in Sonic Heroes. That's another game that's just full of more quotes than I could even comprehend. Well look, it's a Pokemon. Hiya, I am a Pokemon. Hi! No, I'm not. Call me Bill. I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? Because you look like a Pokemon. I'm not joshing you. I screwed up an experiment and got combined with a Pokemon. So, how about it? Help me out here. What happens if you say no? No, come on, you gotta help a guy in deep trouble. What do you say, Chief? Please? Okay, alright, when I'm in the teleporter, go. Oh, he's just gonna make me help him. And run the cell separation system. You, go on, you just waddle over there. Joe, we could just take this Quidgy make it our own, and go on tour. Like, as like a travelling sideshow and be like, come one, come all, see the horrific mutant man Pokemon. You know what these teleporters look like? They look like the octopus thing that you have as your friend in Ether. Harry initiated teleporter cell separator. Do you know what I always wonder? Sorry if I've said this before, but I always wonder, like, what happens, like, if we separate the man from the Pokemon, what happens to the Pokemon element? Like, and I always thought maybe there's just some, like, dead, obliterated Pokemon remains inside the other teleporter. Yeehaw! Thanks, bud. I owe you one. So, did you come to see my Pokemon collection? Oh my god, my throat just sounds ridiculous right now. You didn't? That's a bummer. Got to thank you. Oh, here, maybe this'll do. Harry received an SS ticket. Oh my god, can we get away from this guy so I can stop doing that voice, my poor throat. That cruise ship SSN is in Vermilion City. Its passengers are all trainers. They invited me to their party, but I can't stand fancy doos. Why don't you go instead of me? Yeah, I will, thank you. That cruise ship, yeah, we know the cruise ship. We know, I know, jeez. So, like, I always wondered, are there just, like, some, like, mutilated Pokemon remains left in this teleporter after they got stripped from his being? Well, look, what we can do now is we can... Well, no, if we leave and come back, am I right? If we leave and come back, Bill's favourite Pokemon list, we can have a look at Eevee, the evolution Pokemon, who looks like, it's just a glam bitch, basically. Like, nothing short of a glam bitch. Flareon, who's also looking quite cool here. Jolteon's looking particularly spiky today. And Vaporeon, I don't know, there's something a bit deformed looking about Vaporeon. For one of the most beautiful Pokemon there is, like. But for now, I think what we're going to do is return to Cerulean. Do you think I could fit in the Cerulean gym in this video? Is that feasible? Do you know what? I don't think it is. Do you know what? I'm going to end off the video right now because we're up to 20 minutes. I'm going to say thanks a million for watching this part of Pokemon Blue. In the next part, we're going to take on the Cerulean gym. See you next time. Bye now.